Hello everyone, I wanted to show you this. Response writing with races. Restate the question, answer the question, cite evidence, explain, elaborate, sum it up. According to the text, the article states on page it says, according to the author, in paragraph it says, the author states, for example, this text says, from the reading I know, and the author writes. So we're watching a dude who's dramatizing, like almost like abusing children without actually abusing children. This is the example that I can demonstrate to you. These people are not intelligent people. I'm really not really sure what part of this is so challenging to get across to you parents, how putting fear in your children's daily life at school and ignoring the concerns by giving a Band-Aid on a wound that goes all the way through the skin to the bone versus actually getting the education through conversation in a world where we don't conversate any longer because of a Democrat Obama generation called the Middle East. So we're dealing with the worst in history when it comes to the medical care, with people like Mona Van lying about degrees that she does not have, and she calls herself an influencer. And then everyone around her promotes it and gives her diamond rings and fancy clothes and more opportunity to spread lies and filth. And we just lost another American citizen from obviously not a real doctor. There's no way that anyone can, as a physician, to see a healthy liver, to think that you're supposed to remove a liver. You can't survive without a liver. You only have one liver. If you don't have a liver, you will not live. What did I just say that makes the wife of this man, you need to be fucking furious? A spleen, a gallbladder, one kidney, one lung. You can have an aortic valve. You can have a transplant. And a real physician who's a surgeon knows that you cannot remove a liver from somebody and then just walk away. And then they will not survive. So the man who performed surgery on your husband is not a real physician. He is a Middle Eastern. He is a Mona Van. He's a false doctor who has fake paperwork. I've talked to you about this before, that I've worked with Middle Eastern and Indian dentists who are not real dentists. Just like Mona Van is not a real pharmacist. However, they came through the border. They were able to get fake documentation, and they want the paycheck that comes from being a doctor. In Middle Eastern countries, they do not have the same education as we do here in America, nor do they have any expectations, which is their form of democracy. Mona Van thinks that she can run around and say and do whatever she wants to do off the back of our Constitution. And now we have lost a citizen of the United States of America because Obama and Kamala do not respect law and order. And then you are going to have the audacity to go onto a camera and tell us that your children go to school every day worried about the money that comes from school shooters? Because in Georgia, the money, this and nonsense. The only reason your children are worried about school shooters is because of the internet, which is all associated to Mona Van. So there's no protection. There's no repercussions for your children. And then in your mind, you don't see anything going on with darkness in every picture that we've seen in their faces of high schoolers who literally just want to get their 5 minutes of fame. That's because they're dead inside, because we're now living off of what? Biden, Obama, and Democratic systems of violent abuse. And now we're starting to see the results of what fake news media women like Mona Van and Heather Lamusa are doing to the youth. You're the problem. There is 100% expectations on what to produce, how you behave. 100% expectations in everything you turn into your teacher. 100% expectation that when you go to school and there's a concern and a problem, that the problem will be handled, and it won't be in the form of screaming and yelling between a teacher and a parent based off of politics. Reminding you that this is Obama's new form of education to fuel BLM, which is why we have all the problems in school that we have. It's not about even the internet. It's the fact that kids don't respect anything or anyone. They have black hearts. They are cold-hearted. And they play Fortnite. And they play vicious, violent video games. And they do not care about anything, not even themselves, although they don't see it like that. That's because they work with the devil. Just like we're seeing with Doug. What's his name? Doug? Emhoff? Kamala Harris's father. The result of what he produces and what she produced is in the form of the daughter standing outside of New York Fashion Week posing for paparazzi. These are not respectable people. This is like watching a trailer park trash, where the media then promotes it and says, wow, what a great kid. That's called propaganda, and that's called communism. And she is one evil little girl. And the father is extremely strange and very annoying. So when I listen to you talk about your nonsense on these news broadcasts in association to a tragedy that happened to 4 people, it makes me puke. Because you're not intelligent. You're not a good person. You're not a real man. You don't stand up for what's right, and you definitely don't stand up for the United States of America. And that's the problem, is that you're constantly blaming other people instead of taking responsibility where the responsibility needs to go. And to actually bring action. Oh, it's a movie. So they live in a movie of a simulation of existence where 4 people are actually in a casket right now. And so they want to go on and talk as if they have kids, but they're not actual real parents. They just play a parent in a news broadcast where their children are violent criminals too. Where no one speaks the same language because Obama wanted Middle Eastern culture to weevil its way in to destroying our lives so that Heather Lamusa and Palestinians and Mona Van, a Persian pervert, could do her evil bidding and protect the New York economy with her implants and her spread wide legs. While she talks, eat clean. Eat clean, everybody. I'm a fake pharmacist, but look at me. I'm hanging out with an Indian. And I'm hanging out with Nora. And we're all Middle Eastern. And I'm rich because I'm hanging out with a Russian. That's not American, to let you know. And every single day I expose you more and more the internals of what's inside as you spread your legs wider. Spread them a little wider, Mona Van, so we can all actually see what's way down deep in the cobwebs between your legs. Take a little further, open it a little wider, take a little look. Looky-loo up her butthole. Bend over and take a look up her butthole. Now take your shirt off and let's see what those boobies got going on. Now walk. I want you to walk. Now that's her whole gimmick and her brand. And that is what all these women are up to with their fit checks, their abuse of animals and children. And now look at what the high schoolers are up to. Freaking gross kids. Your kids are nasty. Freaking gross. We are a country that is failing, and it's because of Kamala Harris.